What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Havoc Sports Podcast, episode 34.
Woohoo! Interesting things happening today. And, when we're filming this, there was a lot of interesting things the past week.
Yeah, Thursday. Shoot, trade deadline.
Yeah, trade deadline for the NBA, and that's a little bit of what we're going to be talking about. And then we're going to kind of switch into the awards for NFL and how they panned out. And, it was kind of interesting week for sports, even though there wasn't really much going on performance-wise.
Yeah. It's honestly been one of the busiest weeks we've had since
Poor Shams.
regular season of football.
Yeah.
Because Super Bowl sucks, and we don't want to talk about that. So,
Boo.
yeah, talked about that last week. That was horrible. And now we have a bunch of stuff to break down. So,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, let's get into it. Some of the big trade deadline trades. I'm going to skip the first one because it's sad. Let's start with the biggest one. I mean, it's the biggest. Luka gets traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. I mean, basically.
Yeah. I mean, all the rest is, besides maybe the first round pick for the, who is it there? I think the Lakers get the first round pick.
Yeah.
No, to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. So the Dallas Mavericks
get
get
the pick. It's
the
still
Lakers
not
pick.
worth it.
No.
I've heard rumors that he got talked out of more picks. The Dallas GM got talked out of getting more picks. That dude needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Did you see the interview with him and Jason Kidd?
Yeah. Absolute.
Jason Kidd was fuming.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, what are we doing here? And at the end of the day, it kind of proves the point of, your GM really means a lot to your team, and if you don't have a good GM, you're not going to be successful. So
yeah, it's just sad. Like,
especially when Luka got traded the day he got drafted, and
I just feel so bad for Dallas fans because that was Dallas, and now Dallas is generic, and I don't know what to do for them.
right. And you got Kyrie, you got AD. They're very deep. That's the thing. And I think team-wise, they got better? Yes. Do I think future-wise did they get better?
Absolutely
No.
not. And you're banking on Anthony Davis being healthy. I'm sorry.
That and Kyrie, because you don't have no backup point guard, right? So, unfortunate trade. Sorry, Dallas fans. It happens. Luka, we wish you the best. Luka, good luck.
Yeah.
With
I
LeBron.
guess.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready.
Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buckets to Golden State
Yeah.
for Andrew Wiggins,
Yeah.
Dennis Scrotum,
Yeah.
and Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. I think that's a
Which-
lottery protected.
Basically turned Schroeder into Davion Mitchell
Yeah.
and Jay Rich to clear. Davion Mitchell I'm excited about.
I think that's good for you guys, but,
Defense. Andrew
Kyle
Wiggins
Anderson
sucks.
could be interesting for you guys, and Andrew Wiggins.
is not.
Yeah, I don't
But I think he's on a short-term deal, and so it clears cap. Because now you're definitely focusing on building around Tyler Bam.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
pretty much what you've officially committed to.
100%.
I definitely agree with building around Tyler.
Tyler's been shining right now.
Yeah. Sad. Very. It's sad the way it ended, but like after all that Jimmy did for Miami, like I want him to go and be happy, obviously. And he wasn't happy in Miami, which sucks because of what was built there and what he did in such a short amount of time. And I text you and I was like, it just seems like they come to Miami for 4 years, make all these great memories, and then dip.
He's gone.
And it's like,
And the thing is with Jimmy is he wasn't performing very well. and he went to Golden State and gets paid $61 million a year.
Yeah, he got a bag. He was not getting that in Miami.
I don't think he's. I'm happy. Bad. I'm happy for Miami, and I'm happy that they didn't have to pay their contract, and it works out for them because now they can save the salary and save the time and the drama from the team and help the team grow now.
Yeah.
Moving on though, this is kind of an interesting trade here. I kind of like this. DeAndre Hunter to Cleveland.
Yeah.
For Karis LeVert, Georges Niang, and 3 second-round picks.
Who the heck is boxing second-rounders, dude?
Atlanta's got a lot of picks, and I don't know what they're going to do with them, but they got to be doing something.
Oklahoma and just have the draft for
the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and make the draft extremely boring. I like this for them. They didn't necessarily need, I feel like Cleveland obviously is in a good spot, number 1 seed in the East. But if you have the option to strengthen, why not go ahead and do it and try to win it now? So I think they did a good job. Hunter's pretty good.
Hunter's, I think he's averaging 19 points a game.
Yeah, and you're not asking him to do anything crazy, right? You have Donovan Mitchell there. You have Darius Garland. Evan Mobley's there. You got Jared Allen. You're not asking him to come in and put up insane numbers. He can just be a role player.
Yeah.
And I think he'll thrive there and do really well. And, like I said, it just kind of strengthens their roster even more than it was before.
Right, and he gives you a wing scorer now. You had Karis LeVert, which, he could go on a streak every now and then, but you had Isaac Okoro as well, which I think he's still on Cleveland as well.
Yeah.
But, so it gives them some wing scorer ability, and so I think Cleveland definitely won that trade. It's going to be interesting to see how he fits in Cleveland, being the best team in the East. Yep. They got to build that chemistry before the playoffs start. Moving on to Mark Williams.
Needed a big.
They needed a big in L.A., and they got one. But
they
paid
got rid of the wrong guy for it.
Yeah, they paid the price for it, that's for sure. Mark Williams goes to the Lakers for Dalton Neck.
Should have been Reeves.
Yeah. Cam Reddish, 2031 first-round pick, and a 2030 pick swap.
I'm sure they don't care too much because you just got Luka. So, it probably doesn't even, come across them as bad. But just looking in the future, LeBron is not going to be in the NBA much longer at all.
No. And I think, to have a core of Mark Williams and Luka Doncic, it kind of solidifies your 2 front runners for your franchise for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even, for the next 10, 12 years, depending on how long they play in the league.
I just wish they could have kept Netch.
Yeah.
And had that core. I think that core for the future would have been
right. I think
insane.
him and Luka would have been nasty at the 1-2.
Yeah.
But we're going to see AR and Luka go at it and be teammates for a little while here, so we'll see how that goes.
Be interesting.
But the LA gets their big. And the next one's kind of an underrated trade as well.
I wanted him to be on the Heat.
Yeah, I really like this trade for Toronto.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram to Toronto for Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, 1 first-round pick and 1 second-round pick, which really isn't too much.
You sent them a Big Mac and a large fry, and we're being a little stingy, so you gave them only a medium Coke, and they just gave you the Holy Grail for what you offered.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't know why Miami wasn't in that talk at all.
No, I'm sure they probably dipped into it, but just didn't like it. But at the same time, you look at the trade package, and it's like, you're telling me you couldn't negotiate it a little bit better?
You could offer 2 first rounds.
Yeah, outside that first we got, I don't even know that we have a first the next 4. It seems like Miami hasn't had a first-round pick since Tyler Hero.
Yeah, what it feels like.
Yeah.
Huh. We'll see, though. I mean, the thing is for Toronto, they're still not really a win-now team.
No.
You know?
Not even close.
I couldn't even tell you who they drafted last year.
I know Grady Dick was one of the years, but I think that was 2 years ago.
So, you know.
I don't know who last year was.
We'll see how it goes. Brandon Ingram, very good player, kind of needs to stay healthy to prove his worth. But
that season he was healthy with the Pelicans, they had a really good season. I think they made the playoffs, and they had a really good season.
Right.
So,
and he was averaging 23, 24 points a game.
I think Miami should have tried to go after Zion, too.
Yeah.
Like, if he can stay healthy, I'm not going to say he's like a top 10 player, but I think he would have fit in real well with what Miami's building over there.
Yeah, I agree.
Put him at small forward. Shoot, New England could trade for him, put him at left tackle.
What?
I mean, it can't be worse than what we got now.
You can draft one. Zion's not that big, dude. Everybody's cooking him for his weight, but he's still big. Like, he is still built. The thing is,
he's a little bigger, but the dude could still put his forehead on the top of the backboard. I don't get the genetics he has or what springs he has in his shoes, but it is insane.
Yeah, he's a good player, and so is Brandon Ingram. So congrats to Toronto for getting Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram as your 2-1-2 or 3-4 punch.
This next one hurts too.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and announce this one? Isn't he a Kentucky player?
I was hoping that this was going to be the Jimmy trade. And I think him with Tyler and Bam, I mean, we could have had a starting 5 Kentucky players. But De'Aaron Fox, for some reason, wanted to go to San Antonio. I mean, well, I guess Victor's there, but I don't think there's still like anything to, oh my gosh, about. But De'Aaron Fox goes to San Antonio Spurs for Zach LaVine and 3 first-rounders. I thought for sure that Jimmy and a couple firsts would get De'Aaron Fox to Miami.
3 first-rounders is crazy.
He's good, though. He's just been on a crappy team for so long. Sorry, Sacramento. Y'all suck.
Yeah, they just have too much talent for no reason.
Yeah. They got a lot. I feel like Sacramento's just a field of underrated players.
Yeah.
Like Sabonis, you don't hear very much about. Malik Monk, who's been phenomenal at Sacramento, you don't hear anything about. De'Aaron Fox, you just kind of forget that he exists. But they're all like good players. Their team just sucks.
Yeah. But the thing is all these players that we're talking about are all kind of borderline stars to superstars in a way.
Yeah.
So, it's been a very good trade deadline for the NBA.
This has been the best one we've had in a while, I feel like. We haven't had a trade deadline like this, I don't think, ever.
100%. Just the for it to start out with Luka is just crazy.
Yeah, that was a big pop.
Mm-hmm. But let's focus on our next objective, and that is the NFL awards that just were given out, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, I mean we were pretty dang accurate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were.
I threw one in there for you because I knew you'd like it. We'll just start. We'll start bottom, work our way up. We'll start with Assistant Coach of the Year, Ben Johnson.
Yeah, Ben Johnson, Benny boy.
Had to throw that one in. I knew you'd like that.
Oh, yeah, I like that one. He's going to be the best head coach next year, too. He's going to be awesome. I love that. That award is there's a lot of coordinators out in the league, and just for him to get that one, it's kind of a big accomplishment for him. So I hope, I hope he can carry it over as head coach.
Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell from the Vikings. We thought it should have been Dan Quinn, but it could go to Kevin O'Connell.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like it's a bad decision to have Kevin O'Connell be there. He did have a backup quarterback, still plays, second in the conference in a tough conference.
It's
so
a fat first round.
Yeah, so Kevin O'Connell, great coach. Congrats to him, but I still think Dan Quinn should have won.
I agree. But comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
They could have. They realized.
Predictable.
Yeah, they realized he had MVP numbers on a crappy team, so they were just like, Yeah, we'll give him comeback player of the year.
Christian Gonzalez made it in that nomination. I forgot that he was out his almost entire rookie season.
Yeah, well.
I don't even think he finished top 3, though. Poor guy.
Congrats to Joe, though.
Yeah. Deserved. Definitely should have been in MVP talks, too.
But T. Higgins is gone, buddy.
Yeah. New England
Tell
bound.
Colton.
New England bound, I believe. He's not going anywhere else. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jared Verse.
Let's go. It
wasn't even close. I feel like.
I congrats him. Obviously he's living in the spotlight right now. But like you said, he's completely dominant.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald, having an Aaron Donald type player already in his first year.
And we called it. We called it all the way back when we reviewed the draft, and we saw him at like pick 22, and we said, how in the heck did Jared Verse fall this far back in the draft? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now you're seeing it.
Yeah.
Phenomenal season.
Yep, and, just probably a proud organization to get him at 23.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Great investment.
Just congrats
to
him.
The Rams have been hitting on drafts.
Rams have been doing good.
Like, they don't have a lot of picks.
Their scouts,
they hit on them.
Their scouts need to be.
Yeah, they're doing something over there. They're playing Franny over there or something.
Yeah.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Not even
no
close.
surprise. Jane Daniels.
Congrats to him. He's doing phenomenal.
Yeah, almost would have been the first player to ever take his team to a Super Bowl as a rookie. Very close. I don't think there's anyone else. I think maybe if Malik Neighbors wouldn't have got hurt, he could have gave a run for it, but I still think Jane Daniels would have won this.
Yeah,
with flying
and that's
numbers.
The thing is, Jaden Daniels is, how far he took his team.
Yeah, and the change of that team being the second pick to third, fourth. I guess you could say second in the NFC, but just a great season.
Yeah. But I hope they get him another wide receiver.
Yeah, not T. Higgins though.
No,
they can't have him.
But anyways,
Defensive Player of the Year. I was
You were clear on this one.
Very clear with this one, and I was very happy. PS2, Pat Surtain gets it. Well deserved. Myles Garrett did not deserve it.
Let's go.
TJ Watt did not deserve it. I don't care who y'all are. They were mediocre compared to what this man did this season. And I think that's the third corner since like 2000 to win DPOY.
Yeah, he's doing phenomenal work over there. He's still very young too.
Yeah, he's got a very good chance to get another one. I mean, that was just one of the best seasons. That's definitely up there with like Stephon Gilmore for sure.
Right.
I mean, just a absolute shutdown.
Yeah. He didn't let up.
One of the only corners that you looked at was like, nah, I'm good. You can have my number one receiver. I'm going to wide receiver 2 for the entire day.
Right. I mean, PS2 is definitely. I mean, that's a cold name too.
Yeah, it is. Offensive Player of the Year. Saquon Barkley.
No surprise.
Yeah, if you're not going to win MVP, even though you had one of the best seasons, you're guaranteed to get Offensive Player of the Year. So Saquon didn't break the record, so they're not going to give him MVP. I think that's
fair.
Crazy season. One of the few to hit 2K rushing yards. Congrats to him. And MVP.
MVP Josh Allen, baby.
Josh Allen did it. He nudged out Lamar. I said I could see it being Lamar, but
I think at the end of the day, it comes down to Derrick Henry being on Lamar's team.
I do too. I think it's kind of like you said. If you take Lamar off the Ravens will definitely have more wins than if you take Josh Allen off Buffalo Bills.
Right, and that's just facts.
So well deserved. Congrats to Josh Allen. Very good speech at the end. I'm just happy to finally see Josh Allen get something.
Yeah, and he deserves it, and that's the thing.
Coming from a Pats fan.
Yeah, he deserves it, and there's nobody else that I mean, with the team he had, besides Patrick Mahomes, there's no one else.
Yeah, it was great. I feel like it was a pretty predictable but still the right choices for the awards this year. Outside of maybe Coach of the Year.
100%. I think, besides Coach of the Year, I think they definitely hit on the awards, and it wasn't a fan popular vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Heisman.
Yeah. That's it. That's the breakdown of the trade deadline and the breakdown of the NFL awards.
Yeah, both interesting subjects. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Like I said, give us some opinions on what we should do next. There's a lot of things really going on. There's not a lot of really watching things going on. You know what I mean?
Here's my thinking. They're going to have to wait a little bit longer for it, but after free agency, I think this year we're going to go above and beyond ourselves. We're going to hit them with the mock draft 1.0, and then right before the draft, we'll hit them with the mock draft 2.0.
I like that. That's a good one.
Give us time to see what happens in the free agency so we're not crazy off, but people love mock drafts, and if that's what the viewers want, we are more than willing to, shoot. If that's what people really want, I'd say we're more than willing to do a lot of mock drafts.
Yeah, 100%. Just give us your guys' opinions, and we'll definitely give you guys some feedback on that. But we appreciate all the support, and we hope to see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
See ya.